What's up, guys? Welcome back to another edition of the post-match reaction. Now, before I start off, I just want to say that due to Ramos' suspension, I just want you to remember this time, this moment in the fabric of the time-space continuum when our fourth choice CB, Nacho, is now the only defender that we have for the next match. Because there's no Varane, there's no Pepe, all out due to injury, and now Ramos getting suspended means this is probably, I don't know if this is the first time in Madrid's history that we have had just one center back available for the next match. This is crazy. I've never thought I'd see the day, but who would have thought that the last one standing would be the first one or the only one remaining. Now imagine what would have happened if Zidane had allowed Nacho to go to Roma on loan back in the 2016 summer transfer window. We'd be screwed completely because all our three CBs would be out. We'd have practically no one, which means we risk Casemiro or Danilo as CB, and well, I guess this means Contrao will have to play again. He looked good against Sporting, but you never know with that guy. Anyways, on to the next topic. I just want to say that this is probably the first, and I hope it's the only time I will ever blame Zidane for the Bale substitution. I believe that was a huge waste of a substitution, and now, we were just left, trying to catch up for the remaining of the match after Messi equalized. Great goal though by Messi, great goal. But that Bale substitution was such a waste. And this also brings up a bigger issue why we need to fire the current medical or physio staff, because who gave Bale the green light? That's why he continues to get re-injured every time he comes back from injury. He is not being managed well. He was clearly not ready for this, and I said it before, he should have rested at least 2 games. 2 games. He should have sat this one out and probably the next one, and then come back and be eased in the 3rd game. Because now he only lasted for like 30-35 minutes, and then his muscles started acting up again, and then he had to be subbed off in the first half for Asensio. Oh man. But anyways, I'm off that. I'm not bashing Zidane, but I just don't think that was a wise choice. I don't think that was even the best choice. Should have started this match with either Asensio or Vasquez, or alternate. But another thing that I want to talk about today is also the horrendous finishing. We've had multiple counter-attacking chances, and each of them ended in a fluff. Everything going straight to Ter Stegen. Except for the one time when Madrid just tried one from out far. That's the only time I remember Ter Stegen actually making a dive. Other than that, the Ronaldo somehow finding a way to fall the opposite way of the ball and then tow it into the stands. Oh boy. That's one of the reasons why our team looks so dysfunctional. Our midfield is fine. They're creating the chances, the fullbacks, everything is going, but then when the ball gets to either Ronaldo, especially Ronaldo, his finishing this season or his clinical ability this season has tanked. And it's been depressing, and one of the main reasons why he only has 30 goals and not his usual 40 goals. Not saying he has to get those numbers, he's been doing fine, but he has squandered an insane amount of chances that last season he would, he'd just tuck him away. Same thing goes for, the entire forward line, and BBC just not being able to have a good run of games because either Bale is going to be injured for some amount of time, Benzema remains lukewarm, and now the one guy that has been holding it down together has all of a sudden just lost his the finishing touch. That is very depressing to see from a Ronaldo fan myself. That is depressing to see. Man. This loss is depressing because, I'm thinking maybe the players would be able to build on from the Munich match, getting to the semis. But anyways, La Liga is not over. Everything is equal at the table as it stands. But now, if we are still equal on points, I think that's if we end up with the same amount of points as Barca by the end of the season. I think Barca gets the trophy because of the advantage that they have on us due to this win. La Liga does not use the goal differential like the EPL. Oh boy. This just again makes things even harder than it has to be. But who would have thought that James Rodriguez would come on and score? That's why I said we need to keep him at all costs. I know we have to decide between ISCO and James, which thanks to Perez, but we need to keep James. Either when he comes on and is informed, something is going to happen that is going to be in our favor. And today just proved it. He hasn't gotten, a good amount of consistent playing time, but he was able to come on today and just score that equalizer, even though we blew it a couple minutes later. But big ups to James, saving the day. Casemiro has gone 2 games now avoiding or somehow evading a red card and getting sent off. I don't know how he's done it, but like I said, he should have been also sent off the second leg versus Munich, but the referee kind of just allowed things to go as he did with many other things. And this one now, with Messi, the minute Messi just started dancing around him and he was making all these crazy fouls, he should have been sent off. But hey, Ramos took one for the team. Even though that he went in studs first, that red card is justified. I know people worry a lot about Casemiro getting sent off, getting a red card, but then they tend to forget that we have Ramos, who has the most red cards for, I think, any defender in the history of football. And also Clasicos. This is not the first, and I highly doubt it'll be the last time he'll be sent off in a Clasico. He was also sent off last year in the Clasico at the Camp Nou, which we still won 2-1, even with 10 men. But again, I like the fact that this team was still able to equalize even with 10 men versus 11 man Barcelona. That shows a great effort and character from the boys. I think that's one of the very few positives I can take. Alongside Navas, who immediately stepped up his performances after he conceded. I think he tends to play better and starts to make these crazy saves after he concedes. Not saying he has to concede and put the team one down so he can start playing well, but he needs to play more like he does after he's conceded. He needs to play with that chip on his shoulder. Otherwise, I don't really see why we shouldn't give Kiko Casilla a chance. And again, congrats to Messi, who, if you watch the second leg versus Juventus, he started to, make things happen. Even though, in my opinion, I think Neymar was by far like miles ahead. Barca's best player against Juve over both legs, and even versus PSG. I think, Neymar was there, but, the second leg, Messi started to, get involved and, get things going. And now, he came through for his team today. So, scored the equalizer and then scored the game winner, which was heartbreaking to see, but I got to give him credit where it's due. Now, another thing I don't understand is why ISCO didn't even feature. ISCO right now is hands down our most informed player at the moment. More informed than Ronaldo, more informed than anyone in the team. Right now is ISCO. Especially after his game winner against Gijon, you think, he played against Bayern. You think he'd also play against Barca, but I really, the Bale substitution just threw me off because I don't think he should have even been anywhere near the lineup, not even as a sub whatsoever. He should have been left off, and we should have allowed ISCO to play. That way, he'd also help out greatly defensively and recycling the ball, because we were kind of giving it away and struggling to maintain possessions for majority of the match. We were great for the first 28 minutes, but after that Messi equalizer, that it's just like everything just went up in the air. The players lost their calm and they were just kind of just all over the place. Which led to the game winner, seeing as we had majority of our players on Barca side of the pitch. We got sucked in too deep and they made us pay for that. Oh boy. Now, another thing that I want to talk before I close on is the BBC. It's been how many years now, and we are still unable to get a good run of games with Bill, Benzema, and Ronaldo. I don't know what's going on. Like I said, the physio staff needs to be fired because all these insane muscle injuries, it's not like our players are breaking legs or breaking bones. These are all muscle related injuries. I don't know why they keep giving a green light when these players go out on the pitch and they do not look anything close to top form or top fitness. But the BBC needs to be fixed. Maybe positions need to be changed, or if possible, maybe somebody needs to leave. But I'm gonna end it there. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm out, man. This is a depressing loss. It's hard to take.